Chair recognizes the busy gentleman from Todd for explanation of the bill and a motion thereon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Will you please ask the clerk to report House Committee Substitute 1 to HJR 76?
Clerk, please report.
House Committee Substitute 1 to House Joint Resolution 76.
Gentleman from Todd.
Move for adoption.
Motion is for the adoption of House Committee Substitute 1. Is there any discussion on the committee sub? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. House Committee Substitute 1 is adopted. Gentleman from Todd.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. House Joint Resolution 76, as amended by House Committee Substitute 1, proposes to do the following. It would approve $40 million in capital construction funds for campground upgrades to the Department of Parks, as well as a $6 million let for capital construction funds for broadband upgrades for high-speed internet and wireless capabilities for use by the Department of Parks across its system. This resolution is a little new for me since I've been in the General Assembly. It emanates from what was passed in House Bill 1, veto override in part, on page 146 of that version regarding state parks improvement, which said the General Assembly recognizes the need to secure the future of Kentucky state parks for generations. To address this, we have an appropriation of $150 million that would be contingent upon a submission of a report from the department and well as approval by the General Assembly relative to whatever comprehensive statewide proposal. And in that proposal, House Bill 1 directed that state parks would give us recommendations for private and or local government partnerships, detailed financial information regarding return on investment resulting from those partnerships, information about a 50% match of state contribution from private and or local government partners, detailed plan for broadband, and may include, the proposal was allowed to include, among other things, any recommendations regarding disposal of property in the asset lists of the state parks. We did receive a report timely on December 1, which attempted to address the requirements of House Bill 1. In reviewing the report and in consideration of the Kentucky State Parks having received approximately $50 million back in 2019 pursuant to House Bill 268 for various emergency issues, of which only until somewhat recently the funds have been spent down to $6 million, and there's still at least $6 million remaining at the time of this report. And in consideration of what was given to us in proposal, we have thought it best to proceed with somewhat individual modules. So regardless of what the vision turns out to be in the future, we would upgrade campgrounds to the tune of $40 million. Regardless of the vision for the future, we would upgrade wireless broadband Wi-Fi by $6 million. Subsequent to the committee meeting about a week ago, I spoke with the Commissioner of Parks, indicated that the door was open for discussion further, state best case, make sure we haven't misunderstood anything. I've received no communication, nor have I received communication from anybody else that was at the committee or otherwise, to which I said the door was open for communication and input. In reviewing the proposal and what grounds we were working on as far as what could stand alone, Mr. Speaker, I'd ask the clerk to report House Floor Amendment 4.
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 4 to House Joint Resolution 76.
Gentleman Todd.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. House Floor Amendment 4 would appropriate approximately $20 million toward utility improvements. Looking over the sections of the report, it looks like this could be another standalone piece, just like the parks and just like the broadband Wi-Fi. I would move for adoption of House Floor Amendment 4.
Motion is for the adoption of House Floor Amendment 4. Is there any discussion on the floor amendment? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. House Floor Amendment 4 is adopted. Gentleman from Todd.
With that, Mr. Speaker, I would move for final passage of House Joint Resolution 76 as amended by House Committee Substitute 1 and thereafter amended by House Floor Amendment 4.